Hi, I'm Jay, and today on Jay's World Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make cranberry sauce. It's that time of year where families gather and enjoy turkey, and so I thought I would share with you my recipe for cranberry sauce, one of my favorite sides with any dish. And this is a cranberry apple sauce. I really enjoy it, and it's really easy to throw together using fresh cranberries. You can do it too in just a couple of minutes, and the nice thing is that if you want to, you can make this up to a week to 2 weeks in advance, and you can also can it. So let's have a quick look at the ingredients. For this really simple and easy to put together recipe, you're going to need 3/4 cup of caster sugar. And if you don't have caster sugar in the house, just measure out your 3/4 cup of regular granulated sugar, throw it into a blender and pulse it for about half a minute to a minute, and it'll make the sugar fine. You're then going to need 2 cups of cranberries, 3 apples. I'm using 3 today because mine are a little small. Zest and juice of 1 orange, 2 tablespoons or a little bit more of port, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Let's put this together, shall we? Throw this together is pretty straightforward. Now, just a quick note that you can substitute. So if you have pears available, pears are actually a really good combination with the cranberries, and I would change up pretty much nothing else. I love pears, so throwing pears in instead of apples would work just as well, or maybe a combination of the two. If you do switch to pears, maybe try lemon zest and lemon juice. So this is a really versatile recipe, but let's start putting this together. And so you're going to throw in your caster sugar, get it evenly spread around, and right away your allspice and your cinnamon. And we're just going to spread that around our pan because really quickly it's going to start melting. And as soon as most of our sugar is caramelized, we're going to throw in our cranberries and let them cook until they have blistered and popped. So just a couple of minutes, it won't take very long. Just be careful because they do splash, so. And once the majority of your cranberries have burst open and you've stirred a little bit, we're going to deglaze with our port, as well as our orange juice and zest. Give that a good mix. And at this point we're also going to add in our apples, and I just very roughly chop them. You want them relatively thin so that they will break down a little bit in that. And at this point we're going to leave it to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. That's going to let some of that apple or pear boil down and just blend the whole lot together. So 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll come back and check and see how we're doing. And after about 10 minutes, you'll see that the sauce has gotten nice and thick, and the smell in the house is incredible. And you're going to have stirred it a little bit so that it doesn't stick in between. And then you're going to put it into a bowl or some kind of serving dish, or a dish that you can put in the fridge. Let it cool down completely, and then store it in an airtight container in the fridge for 1 to 2 weeks until you're ready to serve. I can't really describe how the house smells right now, but you can smell the allspice, and you can smell the cinnamon and the cranberries and the orange all together, and that little hint of apple in there. It's quite an exciting smell, and certainly very festive. The sauce is nice and thick, and really just incredible. And you should put this in the fridge to cool down. I am obviously not going to do that. I'm going to try a little bit of it now. While it's cooled off a little, it's not completely cold, but it's very nice. It's almost like a jam consistency, with little lumps of apple in there, which is really great. And obviously the smaller you cut the apple, the more it's going to break down, but might be easier for portions. So do quite a good chop on it. But let's give this a bit of a taste. Yeah, wonderful tartness of the cranberries, and that apple in there is just amazing. You can taste a little tiny bit of that orange, but it's really so subtle. Definitely can taste the port in there, port being one of my favorites. The cinnamon is very, very subtle, but it does really bring out the flavor of those cranberries. You really have to try this. You really have to try and make it your own. Remember that you can substitute many of these ingredients to make this your own. And if you do, I want to know how it turned out for you. Please remember to put down your comments in the comment section below on what you did with this really simple, very easy recipe that's just going to make your family and friends go, wow, that's amazing. It's so much better than anything you can buy in a store. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and remember to turn on notifications so that you know when my next video drops. Remember too that you can follow me on my social media, both my Facebook and my Instagram, and those links are below in the comment section. Remember too, if you'd like to support this channel financially, you can do so by visiting my Patreon. There, patrons do receive these recipes in their email every week when this video drops. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy eating.